So, Heather, lay the foundation. How did you become a lawyer? Why did you become a lawyer? And what do you think of family law?
The court system sucks. How I became an attorney is I used to be a professional figure skater. So I got married really young. I did one of those, oh crap, I'm pregnant, so now we're getting married things. Married a guy that we were going to make it work because religion, you had to get married. You know, I couldn't have a baby and not be married. So we got married really young. I was 21. We ended up having 3 more kids. And when my youngest was 1, I was coaching figure skating at the time, but the economy crashed. It was back in the early 2000s. And I went from, teaching a number of kids every single week to almost nothing. During this period of time, I won't get into the details of my marriage, but it was not good. And my husband at one point had said, if you ever leave me, I will take everything from you. Your kids will hate you. You won't have a home. You'll be lucky if you sleep on a park bench. I actually believed him, and it was really scary for me. But there were some things that happened that kind of forced my hand into filing for a divorce. Divorce sucks. It's not fun. It's not a pleasant experience. My attorney was good. He seemed to know all the legal words and the things that he was supposed to say that I didn't really know what he was talking about. But I was sitting in court one day with a woman next to me, and we were just sharing, kind of our backgrounds and where we were. And she said, my lawyer's okay, but just doesn't get it. And I was like, that's how I feel. And I went home that night and I sat and I remember looking up at the ceiling going, what is it? And it is the roller coaster of emotions that you go through when you're getting a divorce, where 1 second you're on top of the world because you are changing your life and you're like, this is going to be so much better. 30 seconds later, it's like the most crazy bipolar ride because you crash down at the bottom and you're like, oh crap, my life is going to be a mess. What am I doing? It's the end of something you believed in. Most people don't get married thinking, I'm going to get a divorce. They think, I'm going to get married. I'm going to make this work. So there's all these roller coasters. I remember walking into court and just that feeling in your stomach where you want to puke. It's just a horrible, horrible feeling. And then I saw my ex-husband and I wanted to puke more, but then at the same time, I wanted to run up and hug him and be like, what are we doing? Can we please make this okay? And then as we're leaving court, he's walking through the parking lot. And I remember being like, if I just step on the gas really hard, I could just run him over. But you go through this.
But of course, you'd pick him up and give him a hug after that.
We just got out of court. It wasn't a good day.
No, it's horrible.
But you go through this flood of emotions. And what I did immediately, because I decided during my divorce to become an attorney, because I was like, I think I can do this better than what I'm seeing out there. What I knew from that point was you can pay $100,000 for a legal document that has all the right words on it, that says you get the kids, you get the house, you get the retirement, you can get everything you want. But if you do not change yourself, change your behaviors, change your perceptions, change your reactions, you are going to end up in the exact same situation you were in to begin with. I think that people, when they're going through a divorce, need to start looking on that outlook. The divorce is only the legal part of the divorce is only one part of moving on. It's everything else that goes around it. It's figuring out your finances, figuring out who you are, because most people lose themselves within a marriage. And so it's that entire process that I think goes so hand in hand. When I went through my divorce, I had 3 kids. They were all under the age of 6. I had only graduated high school because figure skating was my life. I had never gone to college. So with 3 kids under the age of 6, I went back to community college. I went to undergrad. I went to law school. I graduated law school. So I went straight through 7 years. My kids pretty much grew up with me as a student. And that was my goal from day one, was to eventually open my own firm and build something that I thought could really change people's lives when they're going through that divorce system. And unfortunately, the family court system still sucks. And it's like you try so hard and then they try to keep you down, but we'll figure it out.